Have you ever felt your life is far behind others? You see your friends are already successful, have good jobs, steady incomes, or even happy families, while you are still struggling, still confused about life's direction, still doubting, still afraid to fail. But relax, you are not alone. Almost everyone has been at that point, a point where everything feels slow and life feels unfair. But do you know what the most amazing thing is? All the great people you admire now, they also started from scratch. Steve Jobs was once fired from his own company. Colonel Sanders only succeeded in building KFC in his 60s. Even Walt Disney was once told he lacked imagination. But they kept going. They didn't stop just because the world said, you can't. Sometimes we are too afraid to start because we think the result has to be perfect, even though nothing is perfect at the beginning. The first time you speak in front of people, you will definitely be nervous. The first time you design, make a video, or sell something, there will definitely be many mistakes. But from there you learn. From there you grow. Starting from scratch is not a curse, it's a gift. Because from zero you can build something with your own hands. You can fail, fall, get up, and shape yourself into the best version. The world doesn't need a perfect you. The world needs a brave you. Brave enough to start, brave enough to fail, brave enough to try again. So if you are now at your lowest point, relax. Consider it a starting point. Because sometimes from the very bottom you actually have the widest view to look up. One thing is for sure, you haven't failed. You just haven't arrived yet. So don't stop. Keep walking even if it's slow. Because a small step today can be the beginning of something big later. Sometimes the hardest part isn't starting from scratch. It's keeping going, even though the results aren't visible yet. You've been trying, waking up early, working, studying, fighting, but there seems to be no change. You start to doubt, am I on the right path? Is all of this just a waste of time? But listen to this. All great things take time. A seed doesn't grow into a tree overnight. An ocean isn't formed from a single drop of water. Every small step you take, even if unseen, is still leading you forward. Sometimes you don't realize it, but you are actually much stronger than you used to be. The you who used to give up easily is now more patient. The you who used to be afraid to fail is now brave enough to try again. And that is progress. Not all change is visible on the outside. Most of it grows within you. So don't stop just because you haven't arrived yet. Remember, a flower doesn't bloom every day, but that doesn't mean it's not growing. Neither are you. Trust that all this time, pain, and effort will pay off when the time comes. Keep going, even if it's slow, even if it's alone, because every step you take today is leading you to where you are supposed to be. Someday, you will look back and smile. You will realize everything that used to make you cry was actually shaping you to be this strong. All the rejections, failures, sense of loss were not meant to destroy you, but to teach you how to stand on your own 2 feet. Sometimes God doesn't give you what you want because He knows you deserve more. You might not see the results now, but trust me, every small step you take is being acknowledged by the universe. Maybe it's slow, but you are still moving forward. Maybe you are alone, but you are still enduring, and that is already amazing. Don't underestimate yourself just because you haven't arrived yet, because this journey is not a race. Enjoy the process. Learn from your falls. Appreciate yourself for still being willing to try. Someday you will see. Everything you have been fighting for all this time was not in vain. So for today, take a breath and continue your steps. You haven't failed. You are just on a journey. And trust me, you will definitely get there. Sometimes we're so busy proving ourselves to others that we forget the person who needs proof the most is ourselves. We get tired of chasing expectations, tired of having to look strong all the time, when deep down, we just want to rest for a bit. It's okay. Resting doesn't mean giving up. Being still for a moment doesn't mean retreating. Sometimes it's from that stillness that you can hear your inner voice again, a quiet but honest voice, the voice that says, I still want to continue. You don't have to be perfect to be worthy. You don't have to be fast to arrive. Just do what you can today, no matter how small. Because what you consider small could be a big step in the future. And if today feels heavy, hug yourself and say softly, I've fought so far, because you are already great, even if the world hasn't seen it yet. So don't let doubt stop you. You can be tired, but don't stop. You can be scared, but don't retreat. One thing is for sure. As long as you are still willing to try, you still have hope. And as long as that hope is alive, you will never truly lose. Sometimes we feel we are too late. Too late to start. Too late to change. Too late to fix everything. But actually, you are not late. You've just realized it now. And realizing it is the most important step. Not everyone is brave enough to admit they are lost. But you are brave, and that means you still have direction. Life is not about who is the fastest. It's about who is the strongest to endure when everyone else chooses to stop. Maybe now you don't know where you are going, but keep walking. Because sometimes the destination only becomes clear after you take a step. It's okay if you start slow. It's okay if you take a wrong turn. The important thing is you don't stop. Look back for a moment. See how far you have walked. All the wounds, disappointments, tears. Turns out they were not in vain. They shaped you into someone stronger than yesterday. So don't be afraid of time. The time is not your enemy. It just wants to know how much you want to endure. Keep walking. Slow is okay. As long as you don't stop. Because life is not about who arrives first, but who is still brave enough to take a step. Even if the path is not clearly visible, you still have time. You still have hope. And as long as you are still willing to try, all beautiful things are still possible for you to achieve. Now, take a slow breath. Look up at the sky for a moment. Feel the air. Listen to the sounds around you. You are still here. Maybe many things haven't gone as hoped. Maybe there are wounds that haven't healed, dreams that haven't been achieved, or prayers that haven't been answered. But as long as you are still here, the story is not over yet. Don't let the past make you stop hoping. Because your future is unwritten, and you still hold the pen. Someday, you will smile and say, "Turns out I'm quite strong, aren't I?" So today, just do one small thing. Believe again. Believe that you can. Believe that you are worthy. Believe that this life still has many beautiful things waiting for you. This is not the end. This is just the next chapter of your story. Because as long as you are still breathing, your story is not over yet.